Hey team, it's day 17. I hope you guys are doing great. Hope you had a good day. I am again not in my normal atmosphere. With the board behind me, I'm actually in a room in my parents' house because I'm staying with my dad for that ice fishing tournament, if you remember, for yesterday. Had a good day so far, and let's jump into the 6 goals to see how it is as I travel. And secondly, I want to talk to you a little bit today about BMI, or being overweight and mortality. It's going to be a fun one to talk about, right? I'll try and keep it quick, but if you have any questions, as always, drop them in the comments and we'll go from there. But had a handy dandy piece of paper here, so this is what I'm going to be using today. But day 17, weight. I went to the doctor this morning and I weighed 230. Now, it's had every my clothes on and things, and it's so hilarious when people try and take their keys out or anything. The doctor has the last time you were there to weigh. So I actually have gained like 6 pounds still, even with my clothes on, since the last time I was there. So I'm like, when was I there? And I think, I'm not quite sure. But it was during the summer months, so more than likely, I knew I was a little lighter after coming back from my last trip, and during the summer I stay a little leaner, but 7 pounds, not cool, right? So I'm gonna put red on that, even though it's not with my scale. I think I'm still about good, because different scales do different things, so just don't hold yourself accountable. Tomorrow, I can tell you already, I'm gonna have red for the scale, and Sunday, I'm gonna have red for the scale because, well, I just don't have a scale. Potentially I could step on my mom's, but all you're gonna see is red, or you'll see like a crazy number. If you remember last time, it was 224. So I put that as red, saying, hey, not because of my daily weight, but because since the last time I've been to the doctor, I've gained 7 pounds. Crazy talk, okay? So, and that is, more than 5% of what my weight was the last time I was there. Not a good thing, and that'll play into when we talk about mortality today, okay? Secondly, calories, 1640, a little lower. I was traveling, and when you look at the rest of my numbers, didn't do very well. So water, I did get it because 20 ounces. I can kind of tag that. I got 6 of those. Sleep, I only got 5.5 hours. It's just being in a new place, kind of being revved up when I was landed in things, getting ready to work out, and then I already got my activity in for that day. I did walking in the airport for 40 minutes, and I didn't actually get over to work out because recorded my video last night, had a couple other things to do, actually a ton of stuff to get ready because I had a half day I had to put in today for work, actually more than a half day, but that's another story. And then protein, this is the first day I've missed my protein. Remember when I told you that I wasn't hungry? I just haven't been very hungry. And I had to fast most of the day yesterday because I didn't get my labs till noon. So I hadn't eaten anything, just drank a ton of water and stuff. And just honestly didn't have enough time or think about getting in all of my protein yesterday. So you guys, I missed my protein. That's crazy for me. But overall, pretty horrible time traveling, so gosh, I got to take some of my own advice and prepare a little more. But just so you know, as long as you're cognizant of what's going on here and knowing what you have to plan for and what you don't, traveling will be easy, and don't be too hard on yourself. I'm not mad. My main thing, remember, number 1 is the calories. Water is 3, sleep is 2. I got to get more sleep tonight, and I'm going to planning on that. But if I wake up early in the morning or in the middle of the night and can't go back to sleep, that's something I'm trying to work better at controlling, but just haven't been able to on certain nights. So we will get it. Day 17 was okay. Don't really know exactly what I weigh. We'll be interested when I get back on the scale Monday morning, so a couple days there. I want to talk to you a little bit about body weight and mortality. And currently at my weight of my scale that I know of 224 the other day, when I just literally had my boxer briefs on, 224 for me at 6, I say 2.5, but I round it down again to 6'2", is a 28.8 BMI for me. And I might have a little bigger frame or a little more muscle because I lift and things, but you still can't ignore the statistics when it talks about BMI. So all you got to do is go on the internet and type in your height and your weight and calculate your BMI, and bam. And so many people say, well, Richard, you're thicker boned, or I'm bigger boned, and my BMI, even though it's a 30, I'm technically not obese, I'm just overweight. But you know what? Anything from a 25 to a 30 is technically in your overweight status. Anything, 25, I think 23 to 25 for men is normal, and 22 to like 24 and a half or 25 is normal for females. But once you get over that 30, you're technically, and this could have been an old scale I was looking at, but I didn't think so, a BMI scale, but you're obese. So go seriously to the computer right now, type in your height and type in your weight, click calculate. And if you're within that 25 range, 25 to like 27, I'd say that's okay. Anything above that, you're going to die early. And that's the hard part about mortality, is we are letting ourselves go, people. In America, we are letting ourselves go all over the place. When I went to the auditorium tonight for our program for the fishing tournament to do the rules, and they give away a bunch of prizes, it's actually pretty cool. But as you look around, the couple of studies that I've looked at were done in white adults and white males, right, such as myself. I know they do have, there's different nuances as it relates to some minorities, and when you look at weight, there's other things you have to consider. So just in the Caucasian population, white males especially, like from 25 to I think 26 and a half BMI, it's a 7% more chance. And then when you get from like that 27 to 29, it's like 21%. And then you get to 30, it's 30%. And then anything above 30 or 35 is like threefold. And it is insane how much, as your BMI or, normal body weight creeps up past in that BMI scale, just the greater your hazard ratio or chance of death is. And it's most of the time cardiovascular, type 2 diabetes, related to your heart, lipids, all that stuff is not good. And the higher your BMI, the lesser chance you have to live. So we're all trying to set out these high goals for us to execute. And when you look at generational wealth and just accumulating wealth, you got to have time, right? When you take a look at Warren Buffett and his partner, they're not young, right? But if you let, and another thing to do on the internet, take a look at just, put $5,000 in there and let it run for 80 years at just the average of the market lately is 7%. Actually, it's not lately, it's like 40 years is 7%. Go take a look at what that looks like. Just put in 5,000, let it run for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And look at how much that compounding does over time for just that $5,000. And Warren Buffett is, by some, the greatest investor of all time. And I will not take anything away from him, but he's also had a ton of time for his businesses and his wealth to grow. Showing that the more time you have on this earth, the more great things you can do for people. And just like I've said in past videos, if you've watched any of mine, money is not the root of all evil. The worship of money is, but money helps people. Money helps feed people. Money helps build schools. Money helps build churches. Money helps a lot, right? And if that's what you're in to do, is service and help the world with what your God-given talents are, you need time in order to ensure the fruits of your labor and all of the people you want to help are met, and you can set up that plan for that generational wealth, so the philanthropy that you do now can continue to pass on and on and on. You need time for that. So if you're not taking care of yourself and you're not being healthy and you're not maintaining a healthy weight, you're not going to get the time to do it. If you do, it's a rare case. I'm just saying you're taking chances. So do something for me. Take a look at your BMI tonight. Don't have to report it on the bottom of this video, but just get a good idea of where it's at, and then maybe look at the statistics on your BMI compared to a BMI of 25 or whatever the normal, like, hey, these people live great lives at this BMI place. What's your increased risk? Or maybe you're at that BMI of 25. Awesome, good for you. Maintain it. You're going to have a long time, or longer than normal. Now, things can happen, but you're going to have a longer time than if you were overweight. You should, on average. Go look at that BMI. Let me know what you think in the comments if you want to share. If not, just take it with you and marinate on it a little bit. And then hopefully your eyes open to, do you have enough time based on where you're at from a physical perspective? Or do we need to focus a little bit on it? And I apologize tonight for being a little melancholy and Oh, straight to the point, blunt. I normally am like that, but I'm on this fishing trip with my dad. He's doing more and more and more to lose weight. I'm super proud of him, and my mom's, joining in on that. They're taking steps, but I know based on his BMI and his comorbidities of diabetes, high blood pressure, dyslipidemia, all that kind of stuff, I know that, the data says at 74 years old, his mortality's not a ton more. So I see my dad 2 to 3 times a year. His mortality tables say another, 4 to 5 years. I only have, let's say 10 to 12 times to see my dad. Makes you kind of want to see your dad. So transfer that into what you want to do with your goals and who you want to help. If you're not healthy, you're going to be disappointed in yourself when you get there because you're going to run out of time. And it is going to be on you, nobody else, because you didn't take those steps to take care of your health and get to a normal weight. And like I said, you don't have to be on the cover of any magazine or any fitness model or anything like that. But you have to be in a healthy weight. You have to be in a BMI that the data shows. But you're going to be good and you're going to have that time. So do yourself a favor. It's the one thing that no matter what kind of money you have, no matter what kind of lifestyle you grew up in, you have total control over this. You have total control over what you put in your mouth. You have total control over your mind to learn what's healthy and more healthy for you. So I challenge all of you out there. Go look at what your BMI is. It's a simple calculator online. Marinate on it for a little bit, and then make some choices on what you're going to do to ensure that that specific physical goal is not going to hold you back from having enough time to reach the many people that you want to help and build on your goals and fully live the life that you were meant to live. So I hope you guys are having a good one, and leave comments if you want. If not, like I said, there's a little bit of a melancholy one, but there's some eye openers here for me. Especially even with my BMI at 28.8, and data's there. So again, thank you guys so much for your support. I appreciate it all, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow.